of the names are familiar, some not so much. But in the world of Southern short track racing, these are the pros, the big boys. They gather at this place called Gresham, a coliseum of speed. Man and machine against man and machine for the final time in 2014. The Pro Late models are set to battle it out at Gresham Motorsports Park. And it's next. Welcome to Gresham Motorsports Park. We're in Jefferson, Georgia for the Gresham Motorsports Park Summer Series. Tonight it's the PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants 100 for Pro Late models. Hello again, everyone. I'm Rick Benjamin. NASCAR star Ken Schrader will join me topside for the call in just a moment. The finale of our 2014 Gresham Motorsports Park Summer Series. What a summer it's been of racing here at this beautiful North Georgia facility. Tonight, the Pro Late models are in the spotlight for 100 laps, and three budding second-generation stars have been among the quickest all weekend long. In fact, one of them has out-qualified the field. We had a chance to catch up with John Hunter Nemechek just moments ago. John Hunter, you've been quick here the last couple of times. What is it going to take to get to victory lane tonight?
Just going to have to be there at the end. Hopefully rain doesn't shorten the race, but have to be on top of your A game. A couple of these guys are going to be hard to beat, so just have to have our communication lines clear and try and stay up at the front.
That is certainly the goal here tonight at Gresham Motorsports Park. Ken Schrader alongside. Ken, the weather may be an issue here tonight. We saw some lightning kind of bouncing around on the perimeter here.
Yes, we don't. Most definitely. It's still bouncing, too. Most definitely have. That is going to be an issue. John Hunter was right, though. We can't really worry about that weather until it gets to the halfway point. Right now, he's got to worry about communicating with his guys and just keeping the tires on that thing and worrying about keeping it fast for 100 laps.
And we've watched Bubba Pollard have a lot of success here at Gresham Motorsports Park again this season in both Pro and Super Late models. This ought to be a great duel between these two.
Oh, most definitely. You know, I mean, both of them are top of their game. Bubba's been at it for a long time. We've seen John Hunter this year really having some good runs, having a lot of good runs in the trucks. But I struggle watching him in the trucks because I still think of him on his tricycle and stuff.
It's hard to believe. You see these young drivers at J.R. Bolden will carry one of our Replay XD on boards tonight. We've got several others in the field. We'll take you through the starting lineup for this 100-lap chase in just a couple of moments. Yeah, but John Hunter Nemechek at 16, Harrison Burton qualifying third, and the Dex Imaging 12. Jeff Sun not even 16 at this point. And just, you know, these guys getting this seat time at a beautiful place like this, learning a lot about the craft of stock car racing.
Well, I mean, I'd say when John's daddy Joe started, he didn't start in something like this. He started in a cheap car, you know, a little four-cylinder, I believe Joe started in. It's just altogether different now. But here's John in the front row along with the experience of Bubba.
Our starting lineup tonight presented by Sunoco Racing Fuel, used around the world by more sanctioning bodies, tracks, racers, and engine builders, and all other racing gasoline combined. TJ Reed on the outside of row 2 alongside Harrison Burton. There's Dalton Grandola in the Jim Waters Motor Company 23. Riley Thornton in that 21 on the outside. Looking forward to seeing how Riley does tonight in the Racing Radio's entry. Justin South in the 43. Frederick Moore in the PPG Paints PPG Top Gun Sealants 300 on the outside, going in 8th spot. Daniel Keene from Florida, and there's Mike Wallace's son, Matt. Ken Schrader.
Young Matt's been working, trying to work his way up the ladder, and he's been doing a good job.
Josh Adkins in the 1 will start 11th. Corey Rubel will start outside row 6. That's Ronnie Sanders' 18 car. That's a beautiful race car. Ronnie has one of his vintage cars here with us tonight. Matt Craig in the 54, the CNC boiler car. Jared Foley in the 04. And then the balance of your Sunoco starting lineup for the PPG Sealants 100 tonight. Kyle McCallum in the 2 car lines up inside row number 8. Warren Mobley in the 95 will start alongside. And back to the final row. Emily Riley in the 21E. That's the black machine that you see on the bottom of the racetrack. That has the Wood Brothers look to it. And J.R. Bolden in the Superman 24. So that's your starting lineup. 18 of the best Pro Late models in the Southeast. And Ken Schrader, only 100 laps tonight. So you got to get after it pretty quickly, I would think.
You can't be wasting a lot of time. If you're laying back, you better be like fourth and able to see the leader, because it's, you know, as we've seen in the past at the races here, it's very, it's a wide enough track to pass, but you got to be working good to get around somebody. So can't be wasting much time.
Emily Riley will carry our pull-apart Replay XD onboard camera tonight from her starting spot inside row number 9. Several other onboard looks for you as we work our way through the evening. As always, find out more about Gresham Motorsports Park, all the great things you can take advantage here. The website is racegmp.com as we look ahead to 2015 here at this facility. Of course, test dates are available and a whole lot more. This is Northeast Georgia's largest special events facility, Jackson County's biggest community exposition center, 55 acres in size. So go to racegmp.com. You can find out plenty more about taking advantage of Gresham Motorsports Park. One of our Replay XD onboard looks tonight from our good Mark Chevrolet Camaro pace car back at this 18-car field as the tires get warmed up. A lot of grooves you can use at this racetrack.
Oh, it most definitely is. But there's still one fastest. So to be able to really utilize that other groove or one of those other grooves, you need for someone's tires to start giving up, for their handling to change a little bit. When everybody's car is just dead perfect like they want, it's pretty hard. But once everybody's tires start wearing and everyone's cars, they react a little bit different. That's when it really widens out and you get the multi-grooves.
We'll ride on board tonight with Frederick Moore and the PPG Paints Tower Sealants 300 car. Of course, PPG Paints and Top Gun Sealants, the Top Gun Sealants 100, our event sponsor tonight here at Gresham Motorsports Park. Looks like the good Mark Chevrolet pace car is about to dive for the infield, and let us put this one under green. John Hunter Nemechek in that black 8 car on the inside. Bubba Pollard in the red and white 26 on the high side. Those are your top 2 starters tonight with the PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants 100. Pro late models about to get going. Glad to have you with us, and we are underway at Gresham.
Nice, clean start there as far as both cars getting off at the same time. And that John had just a little bit of advantage there at the start, but got him cleared off too. A little bit of surprise there. They cleared him that quick.
John Hunter Nemechek by a car length as they come off turn 4. Pollard is second. TJ Reed on the outside in that 41 trying to take third away from Harrison Burton as the top 4 start to break away.
Yeah, good racing there. There we can see the grooves already with 3rd and 4th running side by side there until they're going to straighten out here. But there's still, this is good racing.
No question about that. Riley Thornton in the 21, the Racing Radio's entry, trying to make a move. Here comes the 18 car, Ronnie Sanders' machine. Young Corey Rubel at the wheel on the outside, trying to pick up some momentum and some speed as everybody makes it safely through turn 2. Up front, here's Pollard on the bottom, trying to snatch the lead.
Well, once he got his nose in there, you know, John Hunter had to just give him a little bit of room, but he was able to carry that momentum from that outside groove and get back ahead of him there.
If you were with us for our World Crown 300 telecast earlier in the season, Harrison Burton did a great job in that. That was a super late model event. TJ Reed was on site for that weekend, had car problems, was not able to start. Talked to Freddie Query, who is Harrison Burton's crew chief. He said, you know, the young man needs laps. He needs seat time. He's plenty quick. He's obviously got a great mentor in his dad, Jeff. Freddie Query, one of the smartest late model guys in the country. Seat time is so important when you're a teenager.
Oh, most definitely. Just laps, laps, laps. That's like when I started, I drove everything I could. It didn't make any difference what kind of car, what kind of surface. You just need laps. And laps by yourself and testing them are nothing like laps out there with other cars.
Harrison Burton in the 12, trying to work inside TJ Reed. This is 3rd spot up for grabs. Your PPG Paints running order at the top of your screen, keeping you posted on where your favorite driver runs. Daniel Keene up into the top 10 in front of Josh Adkins, Matt Wallace in the 6. This is the lead battle down into turn 3.
Boy, you know, you see John Hunter doing everything he can to hold off Bubba there, but just going back to Harrison for a minute, just to think to be at his age and have Freddie Query and your daddy to lean on, that's a lot of help, just like John Hunter has here with his Jad Joe. And
you'll appreciate this. Talk to Martha Nemechek before the start tonight down on pit road. She's been with Joe and the family, of course, forever. Great to see Martha. Looks terrific, and she's kind of helping John Hunter find his way now.
I would never want to argue anything racing with Martha because she knows.
Absolutely.
She does know, and she's a wonderful lady.
Absolutely the case. Here's Reed in the 41. Again, Aviation Chevrolet trying to hold off Harrison Burton. That's the Dex Imaging Chevrolet. Again, this is battling for 3rd here at Gresham.
Well, and I think Harrison's car is a little quicker here, and I think he will get the pass done. Unfortunately, he's grinding up his tires to doing it. And he's not killing them, but he's using them harder than he'd really like to at this part of the race.
You've got to be on the wheel more. You've got to turn that car left more if you run low.
You just bind it up a little more. You don't let it roll all the way out to the wall. And to keep it that last 10, 12 feet off the wall, it puts more strain on those tires.
One of the things we've noticed this summer covering these events here at Gresham, what a great rules package these pro and super late model teams have to run under. Nose to tail, bumper to bumper, door to door action everywhere. You rarely see anybody open up a significant lead, although John Hunter Nemechek at the moment is about a straightaway over the car of TJ Reed. That's first to fourth. Cruz looking on from pit road. More to come. The PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants 100. We'll be right back at Gresham Motorsports Park. Welcome back to Gresham Motorsports Park. We're in Jefferson, Georgia for the PPG Paints 100 tonight alongside Ken Schrader. I'm Rick Benjamin, battling deep in the pack of 18 cars. TJ Reed at the moment settling into fourth. Harrison Burton got by him for third. Now he's trying to hold off young Riley Thornton in that Racing Radio's engine.
Yes, and Riley's cruising on up there. Don't really know if TJ's having, well, I mean, he must be. His car's not doing everything he wants there, and he can't really stay on the bottom, and he's opening that door up for those guys at the underneath him.
He had a little bit of struggle during practice earlier in the day. Talked to him and he said they were ready, they thought, for tonight, but didn't think the car was just where he wanted it. Doesn't look like he's getting off the corners very well.
Well, I think that means he knows exactly what he was feeling, that he wasn't as good as he wanted to be.
Yeah,
because it looks like he's got a little bit of a problem right here. John Hunter does not have one right now.
John Hunter Nemechek in that black 8, about 5 or 6 car lengths to the good over Bubba Pollard. There's Riley Thornton in the 21 car. Starting to make some hay up through the field. He's got a nice line through that corner, Ken. Not hugging the yellow line at the bottom, letting that car kind of work for him, I think.
No, it's a little bit different line than we saw some of the other guys running. That's what, you know, you mentioned earlier about how the rules package and how close these cars are. That's what's so neat about this racetrack compared to other ones. All the different divisions now, the equipment's close, but not a lot of the tracks will let you really move around like Gresham does.
Beautiful place to come race, to come test, to just enjoy the fun of watching one of these events in person. Your PPG Paints running order, top of your screen. There's Nemechek out on top. Riley Thornton racing his way now to fourth. He got by TJ Reed a few moments ago. Frederick Moore in the PPG 300 car up to sixth in front of Dalton Grindle. Daniel Keene now up to eighth in front of Josh Atkins. Corey Rubel there in Ronnie Sanders' 18 car. Rounding out the first 10. Here's Grindle in the Jim Waters Chevrolet 23. Trying to race his way around the 300 car, and that's Frederick Moore in the PPG Chevy.
Don't see many triple-digit numbers on late model asphalt cars.
Sure don't. Grindle on the bottom. The Jim Waters Motor Company on board from our friends at Replay XD. Looks like he's got an opportunity on the inside here.
He's got his nose in there. He's just got to finish it. Looks like he's going to, though.
Back on board with Moore and the Tower Sealants on board. The 23 car gets by, so give a position to Dalton Grindle. Best run we've seen him turn in so far this season.
Yeah, having a good night so far.
On the backstretch, nose to tail fight down into turn 3. Frederick Moore not giving up by any means in that 300 car.
Usually on the asphalt racing, these guys don't really butcher a turn very often. So usually when somebody goes by, the car they pass doesn't instantly come back like we see sometimes in dirt racing.
We're coming to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to close back in on Grindle. And Ken, when you're driving on asphalt, are there times when you will just let a faster car go, maybe follow him, cool your tires, get another run at him?
Oh, most definitely. And for a lot of us that grew up in the Harry Gann area, you'd get that lecture. He said, son, we were running 8th and 9th, and you kept holding me up. Now, you weren't racing me. We're racing the leader. He was getting farther away. Till it's the very last of the race, worry about the leader.
And here comes Grindle to the outside. TJ Reed's car slowing on the backstretch. Looks like the Gann Aviation 41 has a problem. Reed out of Ackworth, Georgia, off the pace on the bottom of the racetrack. Our fourth quick qualifier tonight.
Yeah, we've most definitely got a problem here. Wouldn't be surprised to see him enter pit roads fairly quick. He's way off.
TJ Reed obviously knows he's got trouble. Does look like he's headed for the gap in the wall on the backside here at Gresham, and he will come to pit road in the 41. We'll hop on board, see if we can figure out what may be the problem. Engines at power. It's certainly running on all 8 cylinders.
Yes, it's running on all 8 cylinders. He maybe feels something funny with the tire. If you feel it with the tire, you don't stay out there to verify it, because most of the time when you do, it goes down, you wind up wrecking the car. But nobody's jumping across the wall with tires there.
Doesn't seem to be any great hurry, but we'll see what happens. TJ Reed stopping in his pit stall on pit road here. They jack up the back of the car. Looks like they're going to try to make a quick adjustment on the right side of the car, but the team trying to figure out what to do. They go to the left rear, pull that tire off, Ken.
Yeah, well, their night it's done now, because even though they weren't in a great hurry, everyone on the track was still in a hurry. So you know, he's going to be numerous laps down here, and not for sure that they've found the problem.
Full qualifying lap tonight, a 17.153 second effort for John Hunter Nemechek. Race pace around 18 and a quarter seconds. So you stop like that on pit road, you're going to give up 2 to 3 green flag laps easily to the field.
Yeah, plus the time you lose coming down pit road. So he's done as far as having a competitive night, unfortunately.
John Hunter Nemechek continuing to lead in that 8 car. Goes by J.R. Boland to put him another lap down here in the early going of the PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants 100. Since 1883, PPG has been a global supplier of paints, coatings, optical products, specialty materials, glass, and fiberglass. If you want to know more, log on to their website, www.ppg.com. John Hunter Nemechek turning in a great run so far here. Qualified on the pole, scooted out to a nice lead. Bubba Pollard in the red 26 stayed with him for a while. And now John Hunter is starting to move away. The car's a lap down.
John Hunter's right front has issues there, though.
Yeah.
I don't know, did he get into somebody or he have a brace break or something? I didn't see anything.
Almost looks as though the aero, the wind on the car is pushing that rubber panel, that plastic fascia in a little bit there.
Well, that's because something has collapsed, though, because it wouldn't do that. I mean,
you'd have a bumper brace under that.
Yes, it's something has collapsed here, and we run fast enough here that aero could become important.
John Hunter Nemechek still at speed. The DAB Constructors 8 car back a little further. There's the 21 of Emily Riley, the 21E. Dalton Grindle trying to work around her and put her a lap down. Boland in the 24 will go a lap down as well. So Grindle making his way into the top 5 and really starting to make some noise tonight here at Gresham Motorsports Park.
He's been going forward from the very start.
Grindle qualified 5th in the 23, dropped back to 8th in the first several laps. Now back into the top 5. Meantime, Riley Thornton in the 21 starting to move toward the front of that Racing Radio's entry. About a third of the way home tonight in the PPG Paints 100. More to come from Gresham Motorsports Park. Welcome back to Gresham Motorsports Park. We're in Jefferson, Georgia for the PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants 100 for Pro late models. Alongside Ken Schrader, I'm Rick Benjamin. John Hunter Nemechek wearing them out as we head toward halfway. Jared Foley taking us for a ride in the 04 car tonight. Gives up some ground on the inside. Down into turn 3. Bubba Pollard in that red 26, Mr. Schrader, starting to reel in the race leader here.
John Hunter has some company. Company wasn't near that close before, but it looks like Bubba is picking up pace a little bit there.
Now, we talked earlier about laps and a young driver, John Hunter Nemechek, with plenty of talent at age 16, good equipment to drive. Pollard may be in that situation like we talked about. Let those tires pull a little and then start making your way back toward the leader.
Well, and the thing is, too, it's not always about how fast you go. It's about how much you slow down, and it could be very easy. We don't know yet, but John Hunter could be slowing down a little bit more than Bubba there. You want to lead the race, but you want to go just fast enough to lead the race.
Side-by-side action a little further back in the pack. The 5K, Daniel Keene from Florida, Josh Adkins in the 1 car. They were battling for position here. Keene will settle back in. Now, that's the only Toyota-bodied car in the field. That car has a Camry set of bodywork and a Toyota motor under the hood. The 43 right behind as well. That's a fight for position all the way around. The 43 of Justin South qualifying 7th here tonight. Now, he gets up alongside Keene.
Yeah, he was right up there and then just dropped back a little bit, but it looked like he was coming forward good. Got his hands full on the exit turn. The car's a little bit loose, but that's because he's got it bound up pretty much too, trying to stay underneath them guys. But now he's got himself way up there underneath Daniel.
8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th in play right here. The 43 of South, the 6 of young Matt Wallace. Talked to his dad, Mike, on pit road earlier tonight. Lucas Oil helping back that entry. Mike said, hey, I'm here to watch and to spot for Matt. He does everything himself. He comes to me if he has a question. I want him to learn how to work on these race cars. Good plan?
I think it's an excellent plan. And, Mike's been around forever. Mike's been very successful on the asphalt. Oh, and Matt did a very successul save there.
Yes,
also.
He did. Yes, he did.
But besides saving himself, he saved Daniel Keene there too, because Daniel was going to go with him if he didn't get it saved. But boy, that is impressive. But they're both looking in their mirror, and they have to go because the leader, John Hunter, is right behind them.
Absolutely. Halfway, crossed flags being shown to John Hunter Nemechek as he works this batch of lap traffic over in turn 1. Racing Radio is the first and still the best in two-way communications equipment for the racing industry worldwide, bringing you your halfway recap tonight here at Gresham Motorsports Park. There's Pollard, your second-place runner, trying to work his. Look at Keene wash up the racetrack, coming out of fourth.
Yeah, he's been backing up right now. He's got his hands full. He wished the yellow would have come out just a couple laps ago before he got lapped. But whoa, what about that?
Contact there between Keene and the 2-car going down the back straightaway. Kyle McCallum in the deuce. He's having some problems now. He gets together with Matt Craig in the CNC Boilers 54 out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
He's trying real hard to go forward now, but unfortunately he's behind the leader. It's a little bit late.
Into the second half of this one now, and John Hunter Nemechek is still your race leader in that 8th car. No cautions. We've been caution-free so far. Wouldn't expect it to be that way all night. We had TJ Reed on pit road for a moment earlier, but other than that, we've been green all the way. Tire starting to become an issue maybe for some of these guys?
Oh, most definitely. You know, this is a no pit stop race, so those tires are your friend, but you know you got the half their life used up already.
Keene in the 5. 54 of Craig, the 2 of McCallum, the 21 of Riley Thornton trying to work his way through. Riley Thornton, a top 5 runner in that black 21, the Racing Radio's entry. Craig on the bottom there. Keene having problems on the high side. It looks like keeping that car down low enough. He's washing way up the racetrack.
Yeah, he is. And it's hard to really tell right now if he's loose and chasing it up or if it's tight and they just can't keep it down.
Craig in the 54 gets around Keene. They're back around 8th, 9th, and 10th position. They close in on J.R. Bolden again in the blue 24 car, who's been lapped several times by the leaders. Now here comes Harrison Burton, who's running in the top 5 of the 12, trying to work his way through that traffic as well. What a shot from the flag stand here at Gresham. You get a sense of how fast these pro late models are here at this beautiful half mile.
Well, and they're that fast without a ton of horsepower, which just means...
Oh! Keene and McCallum get together, and they get up into the wall hard, and Keene goes spinning down the racetrack. We talked about no yellows yet. We've got one now. First one of the night here at Gresham Motorsports Park.
Well, whatever Daniel's problem was, he doesn't have to worry about it now.
No, he definitely paid the price the hard way as he reaches in and unbuckles, drops the window net so that everyone knows he's okay. Looks like he's done some damage to the bodywork on that 5K.
I would venture to say that there's some damage underneath the bodywork in that car too, because he had a pretty substantial hit with the rear end of that car into the wall.
No question about it. One more look at it here on lap 58, down off of turn 2. There's Keene in the white car on the outside of Harrison. Oh, McCallum just got into him as he backed off for the corner.
Yeah, I'd like to make a good excuse for that, but I can't come up with one right now. You know, I mean, Daniel checked up a little bit to let the 12 car go, and it didn't work out too good.
McCallum didn't see the brake lights of it.
No, brake lights. I guarantee they're not working now.
Dalton Grindle's on board look as the 2 and the 5K get up into the wall. Grindle able to turn to the bottom and avoid the mess as Kyle McCallum gets out of the family-owned 2-car. Young driver also learning the trade here at Gresham Motorsports Park. Got to be frustrated with what happened here tonight in this incident. On board with Jared Foley, the Quality Care Auto Service 04. Caution laps aren't counting, so you can stop multiple times here.
You go as many times as you want to in and out of the pits. And also remember, we've only got 9 cars on the lead lap now, so it's not like he's going to have to line up 18th.
Absolutely. Also, 4 tires. The rule here tonight, you can only change one without a penalty if you cut a tire or have some other sort of tire problem. All right, just past halfway at Gresham. We'll be back for the restart in just a moment. Welcome back to Gresham Motorsports Park. We're in Jefferson, Georgia for coverage of the PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants 100. I'm Rick Benjamin. Ken Schrader is alongside. Just past halfway, and John Hunter Nemechek as we take a look back from the Goodmark Chevrolet pace car. He has been the dominant player tonight. Now here's the 43 of Justin South from Buda, Texas, outside Austin on pit road. The on-site truck service entry. Crew going down there. Looks like they may jack that. Oh, they decide to pull the hood up on that race car. Before we go green, they're also going to look under the back end to see if they can get him ready. Before we go green, here's what Daniel Keene had to say about the wreck.
We were just running, just trying to hang on to what we had, and the leader's gun got by us for 1 lap, and the 12 was underneath of us. We were coming up on a slower lap car than what I was, and I gave a little bit, let Harrison make a move, and the guy behind me just ran slap over us.
I would have to say that Daniel saw exactly what happened there, even in his mirror, because unfortunately Kyle just ran over him a little bit.
Kyle McCallum's 2-car heavily damaged as they go to load that car up in the hauler, and we get set to go back to green flag racing here in the PPG Paints 100. Earlier tonight, Ken Schrader, I know you love old race cars, as do I. NASCAR champion Ernie Gahan's 50. This is Maynard Troyer's former modified. Local ace in Georgia, Bruce Brantley in the 27. All these heroes lined up to sign autographs tonight for the fans here at Gresham.
I love those old cars, and man, it's very neat what they're doing down there. Look, how brave did you have to be to drive that thing?
Very, I would say. It's Georgia Racing Hall of Fame night here at Gresham Motorsports Park. Their class of 2014 inductees revealed here earlier. Ken, these are great race cars. I understand you might have worked on one of these cars in the parade laps.
Well, when I saw Ronnie, Troyer's old car. That's beautiful, but we got somewhere out here, as rare it is, Ronnie Sanders' old car, and I helped build that car at Bob Chassis.
There you go. Hall of Famer Warren Johnson. Talk to him earlier.
You know, when you look at all the endeavors everybody else has been in, it's kind of humbling, actually, when you look at what everybody else has accomplished, because when you're racing, you don't think about anything that you do, but when you stand back and reflect on it and look at all the accomplishments, all those other people, it's kind of humbling.
When you haven't retired yourself, you're probably not even thinking about halls of fame and things like that, are you?
No, I mean, why? I mean, it doesn't do me any good, other than the fact that, I'm there, but at the same time, I enjoy racing. You don't race to get into a Hall of Fame. A Hall of Fame where any recognition is a result of your efforts.
The Professor, Warren Johnson, one of the greats in drag racing history, Hall of Famer in the NHRA. He's coming back next year. Those are the Fast 15 that comprise the nominees for the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame class, and some family members. And the 5 nominees, the 5 inductees this year: Leon Archer from Griffin, Georgia, Roscoe Smith, Jack Pennington, who raced in NASCAR, Charlie Burkhalter, Julius Hughes.
There's a lot of history there, a lot of talent.
No question about that. We congratulate all the inductees into the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame. Cool to have those restored cars on the grounds tonight, to see Ronnie Sanders, talk to Warren Johnson, Hubert Platt, who was a great NHRA drag racer when I was a kid back in the 60s. Just a cool night. Meantime, we're ready to go racing once again here in the PPG Paints 100. Looks like we'll have about 40 laps to settle this thing, and Bubba Pollard on the bottom. John Hunter Nemechek fixed the top side. Safety car is in. Harrison Burton back there on the outside of row 2 has a shot at this thing.
Well, he most definitely does. He's been running real good, and John Hunter's hoping that giving Bubba that inside, that Bubba's going to play very nicely here.
We'll see what happens. Green flag is back in the air at Gresham, and Pollard by a half a car length into 1. Nemechek tries to drive around him on the high side, and Harrison Burton right there in 3rd.
Now, Harrison's just watching right now. He's just stalking. He said, there's no lane for me, but I'm ready for anything.
Everybody away cleanly. Top 2 cars side by side, and John Hunter Nemechek establishes the lead again as they haul it off into turn 1 and head toward 2.
We'll see if it cycles back. A lot of times these cars, when they've run numerous laps like that, and then the tires cool, and that was a little bit of an extended yellow, it doesn't go back just like it was before. So we'll see if John's car goes back to as good as it was.
Top 2 separated by just a car length, and Harrison Burton starting to rumble there in 3rd spot, and that black number 12 just a couple of more car lengths back.
Yeah, these cars are very equally matched right now, and I'm not sure. Bubba's looking at the inside a little bit there. I'm not sure Harrison wants to be right on them right now.
This could be another case like you were describing what Harry Gant taught you in your early days in the NASCAR Cup Series. Take your time, race the leader. Don't get in my way.
Well, when we talked at the top of the show, to be good and have a shot in this thing, you're going to have to be able to see the leader be right there, and Harrison's definitely positioned himself well.
This is for 4th and 5th. The 21 of Riley Thornton, the Racing Radio's car. Frederick Moore in the 300. The PPG Paints Tower Sealants entry, and Dalton Grindle right back there in 6th in the Jim Waters Chevrolet.
We saw a tremendous amount of things happen late in the races of the in the 300 lapper. We'll just have to see if this plays out anything like that.
Your PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants running order, top of your screen. Matt Wallace in 10th in front of Matt Craig. Foley in 12th in front of Emily Riley. Mobley back in 14th in the 95. Meantime, Thornton in the 21. Right behind him, Frederick Moore in the 300. Dalton Grindle in the 23. 4th, 5th, and 6th in play as that lead battle starts to heat up.
Yes, it most definitely does. Bubba's got so much experience that I think he could be biding his time. But biding your time and still being able to complete the pass are two different things.
John Hunter Nemechek in the black 8 car is still your leader. Bubba Pollard in the red 26 right behind him. A Ford and a Chevrolet fighting for supremacy tonight. Here at Gresham Motorsports Park, on board the Replay XD onboard look for John Hunter Nemechek. Looking through that roll cage, a clean racetrack. He's got to like that.
Well, and they're both thinking right now, I said, okay, it's like 30 laps to go, somewhere right around there. I can't be giving up the lead now, is what John Hunter's thinking, and Bubba's thinking, I don't have much time left. I've got to go.
Dalton Grindle in the Jim Waters 23 to the bottom. The Top Gun 300 of Frederick Moore side by side for position. 4th, 5th, and 6th in play. This is for 5th spot.
Yeah, this thought that might be one of those 8 tires will stick me better than 4 deal, but looks like he stayed off the 300.
Moore in the 300, able to establish the position just a hair ahead of Dalton Grindle, but Grindle on the bottom, not giving up by any means. Corey Rubel back there in the 18, also in the thick of this one for 6th and 7th position. Meantime, still the 300 and the 23 door to door.
This is where those tires starting to getting some of their life taken out, and now the handling's really changing.
Moore in the 300 gets back around Grindle in the 23. Closing in on 30 to go at Gresham. We'll be right back. Less than 30 to go in the PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants 100 tonight at Gresham Motorsports Park in Jefferson, Georgia. Pro Late models to feature division tonight alongside Ken Schrader. I'm Rick Benjamin. Top 2 remain Nemechek in the 8, Pollard in the 26. Bubba Pollard, a young veteran of the sport. John Hunter Nemechek just learning the ropes, but doing a fantastic job qualifying on the pole. And he's kept Bubba Pollard at bay here for most of the night.
Yes, he has, and I'm sure, I guarantee you right now, he says, okay, and he said, whoa, John Hunter's car is free there. He's giving him everything he wants, and Bubba's thinking, okay, give me some lap cars. Give me something to work with. I just need a little help here.
Bubba Pollard sneaking the nose of the 26 underneath the back fender of the 8 car. As the laps start to wind down, these drivers know where they are in lap count, and Pollard trying to make a move and take the lead away from the youngster.
Yeah, it's still, even though as good a racetrack as this is, 2 cars are really equally matched. It's hard to get around somebody.
If you're driving the 8, would you be protecting the bottom here, or would you just be driving the racetrack?
Well, unfortunately, when you're driving the 8 right now, you just got to take what John leaves you. And that's the area you got to work with, because neither one of these guys actually, they're not the type of drivers that run over anybody. So he's just got to work with what John's leaving him, because there's not really the way John's run room to go around him on the top. But these lap cars, now this one's not going to work out for him, doesn't look like, but they can really change your circumstances.
No doubt about that. Mobley there in the 95 staying low, letting the leaders go by. Looks like the 21 of Emily Riley will do the same thing heading into 3. And all of that allows John Hunter Nemechek to stay out in front as we close in on 25 laps to go tonight here at Gresham Motorsports Park. And here's Pollard once again. Looked like he had a run going into turn 1. He backed out of it.
He's a little quicker right now. He's right there. But boy, a little quicker and getting it done are 2 different things. But he's going to make John Hunter's life miserable here for a while.
Replay XD onboard look at Bubba Pollard. He's got the visor up, gripping that wheel not too tightly, but doing a terrific job wheeling that forward, going for the lead again out of turn 2.
It's just so hard to come down on the throttle when you're on the inside and you're bound up a little bit like that. You need that extra room.
Do you think if you're either of these drivers, you think, hey, I don't want to be on the brakes any more than I have to, or are you stabbing the brakes hard going into the corner?
Well, it's depending on how your car's working there, but you're just thinking of making the best speed through the center of the turn, whatever that is, whether it's on the brakes or not.
Pollard in the 26 on the bottom may be able to clear the 8. He does, and Pollard takes over the lead. Bubba Pollard goes to the top of the leaderboard over John Hunter Nemechek and starts to stretch it out right away.
I think we're going to see him get away here because he was quite a bit faster right there.
Coming up on lap 82, 18 to go, and Bubba Pollard finally gets around John Hunter Nemechek. And did John Hunter overdo it a little bit earlier? He was trying to lead all those laps. Maybe he used up his tires a little too much?
Well, that's hard to say. If he could have ran just a little bit slower, maybe saved his tires a little bit. If that right front fender being caved in, if anything changed during that yellow, the bottom line is right now that Bubba was a little quicker.
No question about that. That's the way it looks. Battling for third here, Harrison Burton in that Dex Imaging 12, and right behind him, the 21, young Riley Thornton, the Racing Radio's machine. There's Kim Burton, Jeff's wife, up on top, watching their son do battle here. Harrison Burton trying to stay in the top 3 and hold off Riley Thornton for at least a podium spot tonight. Mom's a little nervous, I think.
She looks real nervous. A lot of excitement. She was always timing when Jeff was driving, so I don't know.
Top two out of turn 4. Bubba Pollard, your leader. Before we got going tonight, had a chance to visit with track general manager John Close about a terrific 2014 here at Gresham.
Well, I think we've had a really outstanding year. You know, we did put 4 of our races on TV, which is a first for Gresham Motorsports Park. And additionally, we went ahead and instituted a lot of new programs like our Stockorama, which is an attempt to bring back local racers. You know, we had been a touring facility for a really long time where we had nothing but big events. So our Stockoramas have been pretty successful. We've got 7 divisions of racing, everything from legends to outlaw late models. So we've reestablished that program, and you know, I think in general it's been a pretty successful year.
I get to travel around the country and go to a lot of different racetracks of all kinds. The atmosphere you've created here with Mr. Gresham Sr. this year, to me, has just been outstanding.
Well, we've tried to emulate a couple different models. Obviously, we want to have the best auto racing that we can possibly have. But we really like the minor league baseball model as well. We're in between innings. They have all kinds of fun with different fan contests. So we've been able to incorporate a lot of our great partners like Bell's Food Markets with the Bell's Dash for Cash, and you know, Papa John's Pizza, and a lot of other of our partners. So it's a really fun atmosphere, not only for our fans, but you know, our racers have a pretty good time too.
This is a tough business, like any business. I like his comparison to minor league. We're grassroots racing, and it's a different deal.
No question about it. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Gresham Motorsports Park here in Jefferson, Georgia. Final laps of the PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants 100 for Pro Lane models tonight. And a great battle here between Bubba Pollard and John Hunter Nemechek. 10 laps to go, and Bubba Pollard has opened up almost a full straightaway advantage.
Yes, you know, and after a couple of the races he's had here this year where he's run so good and not had to finish as he want, he's hoping for a good one tonight.
There you see your PPG Paints running order, top of your screen. John Hunter Nemechek in second in front of Harrison Burton. Riley Thornton now up into fourth in front of Justin South in the 43. Frederick Moore in the 300 back to sixth. Rubel in seventh. Dalton Grindle has faded back to eighth. He was a solid top 5 car earlier. Adkins and then Foley, Jared Foley in the 04 started deep in the field. John Hunter Nemechek has got to be frustrated now as he watches the 26 drive off into the sunset.
Well, and you just don't know if he's thinking that we needed to have the car a little bit better, or he ground up his stuff too much at the start. You just don't know what he's thinking right there. But I'm sure Bubba, you know, he's got more laps under him than John Hunter, and he knows he's okay right now, and he's not worried about getting a half a lap ahead. Just a comfortable distance.
One of the best battles on the racetrack. This one for third. That's Harrison Burton in the Dex Imaging 12. Right behind him, Riley Thornton in the Racing Radios 21. Thornton's really been impressive here tonight. Looks like he's starting to figure this out. Earlier runs here at Gresham didn't show as well, but tonight he's been strong.
Yes, and boy, I got to give hats off to Harrison too. It's just these. I keep saying kids, and I'm sorry, I don't know what to call them. I want to say children. You know,
they're kids,
so,
yeah.
Let's say, but man, we got so much young talent that's going to be around for a number of years.
Here's Thornton on the front straightaway, closing in on the 12, trying to take third spot away from Harrison Burton, who finished in the top 3 in the Super Late Model World Crown 300 that we had here back in the month of August.
Well, a third of the distance from that race, and less horsepower. This is definitely a sprint race after you run a race like the World Crown.
Well, and the other thing I think that's impressive here, knowing going in you've got just the 4 tires you start with, you've really got to manage your stuff, which is so important as you advance up the racing ladder. You're not going to throw new tires at it every 10 laps, no matter where you're racing.
No, and we saw Riley there looking at the outside lap before. Harrison's, you know, kind of running like he's supposed to, right, kind of protecting both grooves there, and Riley knew he couldn't get it done on the bottom. He looked on the outside, and doesn't look like he could get it done just yet there either.
Bubba Pollard closing in on Matt Craig in the 54. Field seeing the 2 laps to go sign. All Bubba Pollard needs to do now is keep it between the yellow walls here at Gresham Motorsports Park. Now, we have seen this season several times as we've been here at Gresham, last lap heroics by a driver, but we've seen a lot of these races come down to just a bumper win. White flag over the 26 of Pollard. Doesn't look like it'll be that way this time around.
No, because for it to be a bumper width, that other car's got to be pretty close.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Bubba's has John Hunter covered right now.
Bubba Pollard biding his time, waiting his opportunity. Finally was able to work his way inside the 8 car. Bubba Pollard is your winner of the PPG Paints Top Gun Sealants 100 for Pro Late models tonight Here's your battle for third and fourth. Harrison Burton scores third behind John Hunter Nemechek. So second and third for the young guns tonight. The veteran Bubba Pollard drops the window net. He is your winner tonight here at Gresham Motorsports Park, and really a masterful drive, I think, for Bubba Pollard.
Yes, he started out on the front row and just kept him right in sight. And as I think he just didn't slow down as much as John, but John also has that damage on his car, and I guarantee it did not help.
Now, we talked about that earlier. If that right front valence folded under the way it did there, could have disrupted the aerodynamics. You're fast enough around here, that could have been a problem.
Oh, it did not help it. We know that for sure.
All right, Bubba Pollard picks up the checkered flag for the official starter here at Gresham Motorsports Park. He'll take a victory lap. When we come back, we'll talk to our winner and our top finishers in Victory Lane, right back at Gresham Motorsports Park. Our coverage today is being brought to you by Replay XD. Check out the all-new 1080 mini camera at replayxd.com. And by Racing Electronics, your #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. RacingElectronics.com.
Nicely done. You had your hands full of the 8 there for quite a while.
Yeah, he had a good race car. He started the pace off there pretty fast, and I knew, I think a little bit of experience running these super races, and kind of helped me knowing the racetrack was going to free up a little bit, and we were able to save enough right there and catch a break getting the caution. So able to get the tires cool back down and make a run for it. I knew it was going to be tough. He was peaching me down on the bottom right there, but it's fun racing John Hunter. He's a great race car driver, so can't thank him enough. It's fun racing when you can race like that with guys. It's a lot of fun.
How special is it to win at one of your home tracks here?
Oh yeah, it's about the only place we can get to race in Georgia, and we have to travel around a lot. And just thank all the fans for coming out, all the guys that helped me, Jegs, Racing Radios, Bronson Diddlebaum, just the whole Schoenfeld headers, Hamner Racing Engines. I can't do it without all those guys. Thank you.
Chance to talk to Bubba Pollard in Victory Lane tonight here at Gresham Motorsports Park. Ken Schrader, as we look at the rest of the top 10. Nemechek and Burton finishing second and third.
Yeah, it's hard to look at Bubba as a seasoned veteran because he's still a young man.
No question about that. Take you through the rest of the top 10. There's Riley Thornton sitting fourth. Emily Riley gets credit for 11th tonight in front of Matt Craig, J.R. Bolden. Matt Wallace ran well, had problems, as did T.J. Reed. They are 15th and 16th. Before we wrap things up, I had a chance to talk to the second and third place finishers here at Gresham.
A hot night on this racetrack. It looked like you had them covered.
Yeah, I thought we did. We got into some lap traffic there. Just got some damage, and it made it way too tight. And it's my fault. The guys deserve better than finishing second, and we came here to win. We had a car to do it. It was my little mishap, and I learned from it, and we'll move on.
You've learned an awful lot in the races you've run here this year, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. Finishing second to Bubba hurts. We've had so many good races, but just trying to get that win is so difficult in racing with all these Southerners. It's really, really hard to do, and I can't give it to him enough. But, yeah, just got into some lap traffic, and that's all that went.
Well, was it a learning experience again for you out there tonight?
Well, yeah, we've been learning a lot here at Gresham. It's a great track to come out and learn against the best, like Bubba and John Hunter Nemechek, and just a good, fun race.
Are you getting frustrated by running third, though?
The team would definitely like to bring back a win, and we're running better every week and getting closer every week, and I feel like we'll pull one out pretty soon.
Man, I like seeing those young men saying about they messed up, they've got to get better, their guys deserve better. They're going to be so good.
It's going to be fun to watch them progress. We congratulate our winner tonight, Bubba Pollard in the 26 car. For Ken Schrader, Lenny Baticki, John Close at Gresham Motorsports Park. I'm Rick Benjamin. We'll see you next time.